In today's video, we're going to find out what Pochettino has been saying to the media, finally admitting that Chelsea have got things wrong. Mistakes were made, and this is the first time he sort of said this. Of course, Chelsea have undergone a huge amount of change in the club, like profound levels. Pochettino has spoken to the media, and Matt Law has written on the Telegraph what's happening and what's going on. So welcome back to the channel Football Therapy, ladies and gentlemen. I hope you're doing well. I really do hope that. It's game day at the time of recording. We will, of course, do a complete breakdown video on Chelsea's result later against Blackburn. But in the meantime, this is a Chelsea news video referencing what Pochettino has been saying. So welcome to the channel. Thank you again for joining me. You are welcome to subscribe if you haven't done so yet. You don't have to, but if you want to, you can. If you're subscribed, a new subscriber or an old legacy subscriber, you're welcome to, I suggest you hit the bell. And thank you for dropping a like on the video because it supposedly helps us out. Alright, so Matt Law writes this on the Telegraph. Let's jump straight in. Pochettino has warned Chelsea they must stop making the same mistakes if they are to make significant strides. And for the first time, ladies and gentlemen, the first time he admitted that too many changes were made in the club during the summer. Chelsea continue to be besieged by injuries, and that's very true, and are yet to find an answer to our goal-scoring problems, heightening theories among superstitious supporters that the club are cursed in both areas. I know we've just passed Halloween. I don't think we're cursed, although, yes, we have suffered. Us Chelsea fans, we haven't seen goals in so long. We deserve goals, and not because we've spent horrendous amounts of money, just because we're a football team, and football teams should eventually score goals. Of course, in terms of the massive overhaul, we know this. Chelsea have got new coaching staff, new management, new playing staff, and new footballing director staff, as well as medical room people. It's kind of been like a profound level of change. We've all sort of accepted that the idea is fair enough. When you're a new ownership, you want to clean the deck and start again and rebuild, especially if you feel like the club was being run poorly. Excuse me. But I think we all pretty much agreed that it was too much too soon. So, but when the suggestion was put to Pochettino, he made it clear that Chelsea must not seek to shift the blame for their problems. So yeah, that predate his appointment as head coach, and must instead stop falling into the same trap, having overseen a staggering summer overhaul of 40 players. Wowee, 40 players, that is just ridiculous. 40. 40 players. Wow. Chelsea's Clear Lake Capital Todd Boehly owners have spent over £1 billion in the transfer market. Yeah, we haven't heard that before. And they have presided over a non-stop revolving door of playing and non-playing staff, sacking 2 head coaches before Pochettino's arrival. Well, when you look at it like that, Matt, that has resulted in a prolonged period of instability at Stamford Bridge. Yathara, serious instability. The Potter era, the Poch era, the Tuchel fallout, the Lampard sort of floating, treading water time. We've really been through mega instability, actually. While the inexperienced profile of the squad and the departure of players who understood the expectation levels at Chelsea, along with a big injury list, have contributed to teething problems for Pochettino. Yeah, bang. I'm sure we're going to get onto Pochettino's statement shortly, but it is true, isn't it? It's the youth that we've spoken about, the inexperience, the lack of winning mentality. I think when you're young, you can have winning mentality in the academy or your previous teams, but when you get to the Chelsea level, it's a whole different kettle of fish, isn't it? It's different vibes. The Argentine has already asked the club to allow him greater influence over decisions leading up to the January transfer window and beyond, after arriving at Chelsea in the middle of their enormous summer overhaul, and hopes the club can now learn from previous errors. Pause. The quotes come next, though. So Pochettino knew what he was going into. So he said this multiple times. I've reflected on it here on the channel a bunch of times. He says, I understood what was going to happen. When he was being interviewed in the, quote, exhaustive interview process, which was a long time, long period of discussions, meetings. He knew their plan to overhaul the squad of the aforementioned 40 players. So he knew what he was walking into. He's very mindful to say that on multiple occasions. But I think now he's said, like, you've sold a bunch of players. It's a bit mental. Moving forwards, can I have some more power? Though this makes me a little bit nervous because it's kind of indicating that to develop, to grow, to evolve, to heal the problems we're seeing on the pitch, it's inferring that we need to spend more money, which, let's be honest, is leaving not the best tastes in the mouth at the moment. Asked if he believes Chelsea have been cursed, and this is a guy who believes in lemon spirits on his desk, by the way, so I'll be very interested to hear about his response here. He says, quote, "Things that go against you, you have to try and resist them and try to survive. Indeed, you have to be quiet and be strong and not lose your balance, because it's easy to blame or say something that is going to affect other people and lead the division in your club." Right, so the curse is going to be the thing that divides the players in the club. The quote goes on, "The important thing is to trust the ideas, hashtag trust the process, the judgment and analysis of why certain things have happened, or have not happened rather, to help the organisation to be better and to improve, and to not make the same mistakes again. The most important thing is to learn from the mistakes." So what have we learned from the mistakes so far? That we changed too much too soon, that you can't rely on Nicolas Jackson to be Chelsea's number 9. I mean, too much too soon, too young. I mean, surely that's the big ones, right? Pochettino did not have time to elaborate on exactly what those mistakes have been, hence us speculating now, but did hint at one of the problems when addressing a question on summer signing Nicolas Jackson. Ooh, according to Chelsea's official website, a mind-boggling 40 players, excluding academy youngsters, went in and out of Stamford Bridge in the summer. That is wild, bro. 40 players, including 12 new signings, and wait for it, 28, nearly 30, 28 departures. So that includes loans as well, but still, that is wild. Pochettino said, quote, "At the moment, I think we are a young team. Yes, sir. A young team means too many changes in the summer because of the circumstances, and we are suffering. Sometimes good and bad results, but performances are consistent." The performances are consistent in terms of being underwhelming in the final third and heads dropping and imploding when the going gets tough. There's your consistency. I understand what he's saying, that a lot of the stuff he's happy about. We looked at the numbers a couple of videos ago, how actually, the field tilt's good, the game in press is good, like the coachy stuff that coaches really like are good, but not as much as they like goals. And let's be real, we all want goals. So it's interesting. Yeah, we are suffering. But the thing is, it's so far away from good enough. We're in the bottom half of the table in November. It's just not up for debate. Like, we did a video yesterday on Simon Jordan's statement about Chelsea winning the league in the next couple of years. I mean, that's the ambition, right? Todd Bowley wants to build an 100-point team. So when you're in 11th, you have to be like, yeah, it's not good enough, bro. Like, it's not up for debate. Like, this is so far from not good enough. You're 10 places off where you want to be. There's just no other way to navigate that. Chelsea dropped into the bottom half of the Premier League table, there you go, following another home defeat, this time at the hands of Brentford. Well, they always beat us at home, which is just shocking and sickening. But Pochettino's team have the chance to restore some belief at home to Blackburn Rovers in the Cup, which of course is tonight. The game against mid-table championship opposition offers the 22-year-old striker Jackson a chance to build up his confidence after being shouted "wake up" by a Chelsea supporter. Come on, hold on. Firstly, pause. Is Nico Jackson going to play this game? Yesterday evening upload, I did a predicted lineup, and I looked at Blackburn Rovers. Go check that out if you're interested about my thoughts and takes on the game upcoming. But come on, Nico, bro. You're meant to be like a centre forward that can get amongst it. If it gets into your head by a fan saying "wake up," English football is not for you, mate. Because strikers, all outfield players, goalkeepers, they get so much so I must just say abuse, but just words of encouragement. Wake up is words of encouragement, mate. If that gets inside of your head, then maybe you're not built for this. Jackson scored the winning goal in the third round victory over Brighton, and also has netted against Luton Town and Burnley this season. God, when you put it like that, it's not very I don't know, Burnley, Luton Town, and Brighton in the Cup. But his performance against Brentford prompted criticism from a number of pundits, including Alan Shearer, who questioned his desire and ability to get into the right positions. This, of course, was on Match of the Day, and it was a good analysis from Shearer. But if there's one person who knows about doing the right thing as a striker and scoring goals, it's almost certainly him. He says this, quote, "I think Nico, if you watch the game against Liverpool or Dortmund in pre-season, or Luton, he was doing what was the right analysis about what we'd expect." Well, okay. But for different circumstances, Nico is not at his best today. Oh, this is Pochettino. So I thought this was Alan Shearer's Match of the Day. But in different circumstances, Nico is not at his best today. For different circumstances, we need to recover. I don't care about the different circumstances, to be entirely honest. You're playing Brentford at home. You need to just look. I mean, come on, bro. It's not even look, he's not even put himself in a position where we can give him loads of leeway. Oh, yeah, he scored 6 Premier League goals so far, including that bullet header against Arsenal or something. Do you know what I mean? We're just not in that position. It's okay, so he scored a goal against Luton. We're so far to be convinced yet. The gaffer says this: "It's really dangerous." That's right. It's really dangerous, this type of analysis, because it's one game. So this is him criticising Alan Shearer, I guess. "I cannot lie, it wasn't his best, but we need to be fair. If you watch Luton, if you watch Dortmund, you'll see this." Okay, yeah, fine. "I believe him. The only problem..." I believe in him, sorry. I'm sorry. My reading has just broke down massively. He's watched Alan Shearer's analysis. "I believe him." Yeah, I do too, mate. "I believe in him." He's speaking about Nico. "The only problem is time. I don't want to give examples, but he arrived at Chelsea in a situation that's not easy for him. Maybe players with more time than Nico are not to be..." Why don't you just say, if you want an easy win here, Pochettino, just say, "It reminds me of when I was bringing Harry Kane through." There you go. That'll give him time. Probably give him loads of unnecessary pressure, though. "Maybe players with more time than Nico. They're not performing the way we expect. We need to give time." Do we have time? Where is this time? What time? And then we're gonna finish 14th and go, season's finished. Finish 14. Okay, I think he's had time now. "Nico is young. He arrived this season. Circumstances didn't help him perform at the best. What can we do? Throw him in the bin and say he's useless? Come on, we need to give him confidence." Fine. No one's saying throw him in the bin. He's a young player. He's a recently converted winger into striker that played for Villarreal. You need to be realistic. So that's not like saying, we've spent 97 million on Lukaku and he's rubbish. That's saying, no, we spent 30 million on this kid who finished the season well in Spain and was playing down the middle, which was a new thing for him. You can't be like, well, he's obviously going to be Chelsea's first choice number 9 but work really well. I like the idea of that because it would have been like, oh, fine, then we're not wasting loads of money on strikers and we found a bit of a gem. The fact is, if you're going to play as Chelsea's starting striker, you're going to get scrutinised because that's just how it works, So maybe it's up to Pochettino to just take him out the side for a while and do what you did at Arsenal then, play Cole Palmer down the middle. Or certainly just keep a 4-3-3 and have a balanced midfield. I think that 4-2-3-1 we saw at Brentford was just dumb and probably didn't help Nico either. Anyway, really interesting. The fact how Pochettino is saying to the media now as well, look, I want more power moving forwards. I wonder what he's thinking. Like, did he think maybe he's lost a player he didn't want to lose? Out of all the exits, I can't really think of something. Is he probably... It's not like he's thinking, oh, if only I had Kai Havertz right now. Or even Mason Mount, which are two high-profile exits. I can't think of any other player that went that he would have been upset about in terms of how we're performing right now and could have been a solution. Maybe he's bringing someone in. I guess a striker in. But of course, we've got Nkunku coming back. Anyway. I wanted to react to this article because I found it interesting, him talking about Nico Jackson and requesting more power and admitting mistakes. Interesting indeed. Good work from Matt Law. Let me know what you think. I love reading your comments down below. Of course, keep it locked to the channel for the complete breakdown of Blackburn and other videos to come, reaction videos to all Chelsea news. Yes, thanks again for joining me, and I'll see you very soon here, hopefully. Peace.